Expa Labs. Welcome to the Research Institute of Sports Engineering, or R.I.S.E for short, where we conduct third-party trusted product evaluations for sports equipment and apparel manufacturers. We're really excited for you to meet the team today and also see a little bit of what we do on a day-to-day basis, which is why I'm wearing this backpack and these dots all over me. That's some of our research equipment, and we'll explain that in just a second with our technical teammates. But I first want to introduce kind of who we are. So we are a mixture of scientists, business professionals, and professional athletes, and we all came together because we have this insatiable curiosity of how our gear affects our performance. And so I am Simon Montgomery. I'm the Director of Marketing. My primary responsibility is to get us client projects and make sure that those clients are happy and always looking to do repeat projects. But I'm really excited to introduce you to our technical teammates who are really the brain trust behind R.I.S.E. They're going to walk you through what we do and actually a good example today. And so here is my teammate, our CEO, Jana Jeffers. She'll introduce herself and also describe what our project is today.
Thanks, Simon. Hi, Expa Labs. Like Simon said, my name is Jana Jeffers. I am a PhD student, soon to be a PhD graduate, from the University of Colorado Boulder here. I work in the Applied Biomechanics Lab, and basically what I research is how putting external things on the human body affects the way that we move or the way that we perform a certain activity or sport. I have a background in mechanical engineering, and I actually worked on power plants for a few years until I got really bored. And I wanted a more difficult problem. And as a lifelong athlete, I was always really curious about how the equipment I wore every day affected the way that I move. A good example of that is hiking with a backpack. So Simon's got a heavy backpack on right now. He's walking on a fancy instrumented treadmill here, and he's got these reflective dots all over his body. Through our lab equipment, we're able to understand not only how he's moving within space, but also the forces he's exerting on the ground and how efficient his movement really is. Like I said, as an athlete, I really care about this as a consumer, but I also care about it as a scientist, that we're bringing objective data into the sports world. One of the best ways we're doing that is through our CTO, Dan Feeney. Say hi, Dan. Dan is the real brains behind our operation, and is not only a great athlete, but a great scientist as well.
Hi, Expa Labs. Like Jana said, my name's Dan Feeney, and I'm also one of the members of R.I.S.E. I'm currently pursuing my PhD, but I've also raced as a professional triathlete for the last 5 years, and as a result, performance has always been at the forefront of my mind, and backing up claims that manufacturers make can be difficult. For example, like Jana said, we can have our subject Simon here walk on the treadmill uphill with a backpack, and from this data right here we can glean some information about how he's walking at the different joints, and from there, if I have him stop, quickly we're able to look at exactly how much he leans forward and then compare between different backpack manufacturers as an example. This really combines my love for data as well as performance.
Great, thank you, Dan. And like Dan said, this is a really good example of backpacks and how we could compare different backpack designs or different loading patterns, for example. But really our abilities are limitless. I mean, we can do field testing with skis or climbing shoes or hiking poles or anything that you could think of using outside. We could test both in the lab and in the field.
So this is a really exciting time for us at R.I.S.E. We are an early stage company, and while we do have an existing client that we've done a project for and have income from that, we are still very much early, and we're actively trying to grow our customer base. But before we do that, we need to set up a full lab and our outside field testing capabilities. So that is one of the reasons why we're pursuing this opportunity, and we think that capital injection could really help us grow. But the other thing is we're really looking forward for some learning and from some coaching from industry experts that have done this a lot of times. We don't want to be making the same mistakes that a lot of entrepreneurs make during their growing pains season. So we're really excited. We think this is a great opportunity to partner. Thank you for taking the time to review our application, and hopefully we'll see you live in May.